Have you ever found yourself at an enormous buffet on a cruise ship, holding your dish, and thinking about what becomes of all the food that passengers don't consume? Every week, cruise ships process enormous quantities of meals to accommodate thousands of travelers. However, once the buffet areas shut down and dining spaces clear out, where does all the remaining food end up? Is it simply discarded? You might find the answer quite surprising. Cruise vessels function like cities on water, providing a range of dining options from extravagant all-you-can-eat spreads to upscale restaurant meals. Daily, each ship produces massive amounts of food to meet diverse appetites. However, not every morsel gets consumed. Remaining buffet items, partially eaten meals, untouched sweet treats. Once food appears on the buffet line, it cannot return to food preparation areas. Where does it end up, then? You may picture it being thrown into the ocean, but what actually happens is much more remarkable. The global food waste problem. Food waste extends beyond just cruise operations. This worldwide issue affects every dining establishment, bakery shop, and grocery store operating on solid ground. However, the narrative shifts here. Different from many sectors, the cruising industry has implemented substantial measures to minimize waste while at sea. Their strategies extend well beyond simply disposing of uneaten food overboard. They merge technology with staff education and creative solutions in surprisingly effective ways. How cruise lines are taking action. The industry response. Over recent years, several leading cruise companies have introduced ambitious programs to reduce food waste throughout their vessel collections. The Royal Caribbean Group pledged to cut food waste in half by the year 2025. By 2024, they had succeeded in reducing waste by approximately 35%, which saved substantial sums while lessening their impact on the environment. Carnival Corporation, parent company to brands including Carnival Cruise Line, Princess Cruises, and Holland America, accomplished a 44% decrease in food waste per traveler when compared to 2019 figures, exceeding their environmental targets 12 months ahead of schedule. At the same time, MSC Cruises obtained an internationally recognized certification for eco-friendly waste handling on the water, establishing a fresh standard for environmental stewardship within the cruise sector. Additionally, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings put in place onboard digesters that transform food waste into non-harmful liquid, significantly decreasing what needs disposal. The smart kitchens at sea, AI and data tracking. The technology. How do these major cruise operators succeed in cutting waste so dramatically? The initial phase involves understanding precisely how much food is required through intelligent food monitoring. Companies like Royal Caribbean and Princess employ specialized systems that monitor food inventory and calculate preparation quantities for any particular day. These platforms consider traveler characteristics, voyage routes, and climate conditions too. Clear weather might increase demand for fresh salads and grilled foods, while chilly or wet conditions boost requests for warming soups and comfort dishes. To prevent food waste throughout a journey, artificial intelligence has become essential. Aboard Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival vessels, AI systems observe guest consumption patterns continuously, enabling kitchen staff to modify serving sizes and menu offerings as the voyage continues. This represents more than just technology. It's information-driven food service on the water. Operating out of sight, numerous sensors and computerized scales gather immediate information from buffet displays and kitchen areas. This information feeds directly to control centers where culinary professionals and technical staff examine displays indicating precisely what gets consumed and what remains. It's an advanced coordination between cooking expertise and data analysis that prevents waste from occurring initially. Immediate information also enables staff to organize more effectively. When particular menu items remain uneaten, this intelligence gets recorded and applied to improve subsequent menus. The outcome includes decreased waste, reduced expenses, and more satisfied travelers. Kitchen staff can now forecast interest in specific food types using historical voyage data, guaranteeing appropriate food quantities get prepared daily. The buffet setup itself has transformed. Numerous cruise companies, such as Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and MSC, have transitioned to engaging food service areas. Smaller stations preparing dishes upon request have replaced oversized serving trays, offering freshly made servings. This method enhances food quality while significantly cutting down on surplus food. Operating behind the scenes, a developing mindset of waste consciousness exists among staff members. Royal Caribbean, MSC, and Princess have established specific food waste oversight positions aboard, crew whose responsibility includes monitoring daily waste, training colleagues, and guaranteeing correct disposal methods. Every vessel now views environmental responsibility as a collective duty, not merely a business objective. The approach is proving successful. Based on sector statistics, today's typical cruise vessel produces almost 40% less food waste per traveler compared to 5 years prior. What previously filled numerous waste containers following each trip now requires only a small portion of that space. Evidence that minor daily efforts multiplied across thousands of staff members create substantial results. The shocking solution: from waste to energy. The transformation. Despite all these measures, certain food will unavoidably become waste. What becomes of these remaining scraps? The unexpected answer is energy conversion from waste. Here's what's truly remarkable. Leading cruise operators have discovered methods to actually transform food waste into electricity. On vessels such as Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, uneaten food doesn't simply accumulate. Following processing, it gets transformed into burnable compressed material that helps supply power to ship sections, from onboard systems to activity areas. This revolutionary program decreases the vessel's environmental impact while supplying an eco-friendly power source, entirely from food waste. Royal Caribbean doesn't stand alone in this effort. MSC Cruises applies a comparable approach. Food remnants get crushed, dried out, and treated through moisture removal equipment before being transported to land, where they become biomass energy. Carnival Corporation depends on a widespread system of food digesters that organically decompose waste aboard, converting scraps into fluid that receives safe handling without environmental damage. Norwegian Cruise Line implements identical procedures, pairing digestion equipment with AI monitoring to stop excessive preparation initially. Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas, together with additional vessels in their collection, has achieved an impressive designation: Zero Landfill Vessel. This indicates almost every type of waste aboard, from food remains to wrapping materials, gets either recycled, reused, or transformed into power. Completely outfitted recycling facilities enable accurate separation of substances like plastic containers, glass items, metal products, and paper goods. Staff members receive instruction to guarantee every object, from consumed bottles to food containers, receives appropriate handling, preventing enormous quantities of waste from reaching landfills annually. The genuine breakthrough lies in how the complete cruise sector has converted waste into a valuable commodity. Regarding food remnants, they don't get carelessly discarded. Food waste aboard Royal Caribbean, MSC, Carnival, and Norwegian vessels goes through specialized equipment, water-based processors, digesters, or grinders, that minimize its bulk and produce dense, controllable waste forms that can receive safe burning or reuse as power. The power generated from these operations helps run various functions, from clothing cleaning operations to water purification systems, a clever method of converting what typically becomes garbage into something beneficial. The sustainable future of cruising. The future. This creative approach of transforming food waste into power represents merely one instance of how the planet's biggest cruise operators are addressing the environmental obstacles of contemporary cruising. Through recycling food waste this way, they're not simply decreasing disposal amounts, they're additionally lowering pollution, preserving fuel, and improving operational efficiency comprehensively. What proves even more remarkable is these operations aren't isolated cases. They're components of a worldwide initiative across prominent cruise companies to render contemporary vessels as environmentally conscious as achievable. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, MSC, Norwegian, and Princess all allocate resources toward cleaner equipment, careful waste classification, and sophisticated recycling initiatives, demonstrating that ocean environmental responsibility isn't merely achievable, it's currently operational. This serves as an intriguing demonstration of how creativity can convert routine waste into something valuable, propelling the cruise sector toward increased environmental responsibility and substantially lessening its ecological footprint. Rather than permitting uneaten food to reach disposal sites, cruise operators now convert it into sustainable power or recyclable substances, establishing a self-contained process that advantages both the environment and travelers aboard. The consequence is a major decrease in both waste and pollution, enabling cleaner and more efficient operations than previously. For travelers, it provides confidence that their preferred vacation option is contributing to ocean protection, one dish at a time. Ultimately, the situation regarding food waste aboard cruise vessels may not appear as troubling as previously believed. Through adopting technology, creativity, and a unified dedication to environmental responsibility, the globe's premier cruise operators are revolutionizing the sector's approach to waste management at sea. While food waste continues to exist, it's substantially less than just years ago. Contemporary vessels are more environmentally friendly, intelligent, and productive, furnished with sophisticated systems that convert scraps into power, recycle waste into fresh materials, and guarantee almost nothing reaches landfills. This benefits the environment while also representing a significant advantage for the cruise companies themselves. Reduced food waste translates to increased savings, all while providing fresher, more environmentally conscious experiences to travelers. However, beyond the statistics, this transformation signifies something more profound. It's a commitment that the cruise sector can develop, create innovative solutions, and contribute to the natural environment that enables these trips. Whether it's a Royal Caribbean vessel transforming waste into electricity, an MSC ship recycling food into biomass energy, or a Carnival and Norwegian vessel digesting scraps into safe liquid, each minor effort adds to a more pristine future for all. Therefore, during your next cruise, you may reconsider before abandoning that final portion on your dish. Because the food you leave uneaten might not become waste whatsoever. It might be contributing to powering your vessel, decreasing pollution, and maintaining cleaner oceans for upcoming journeys. That's the wonderful aspect of it. On current cruise vessels, environmental responsibility isn't merely a guideline, it's integrated into the experience itself. Should you have enjoyed this content, please remember to express approval, follow, and activate notification alerts. This genuinely assists Cruise Insider in connecting with additional travelers such as yourself. If you're prepared to continue discovering, view the following content here, loaded with cruise guidance, undiscovered benefits, and expert strategies to maximize your upcoming trip. Appreciate your viewership and enjoy your cruising adventures.